Hi guys, welcome to Gnage Virtual Science, and these are the directions for your lab this week. So this week you're conducting a lab on weathering, and it's going to take you 2 days. So Tuesday and Wednesday are the days that you are going to be completing your lab. So first off, you need to choose which lab you are going to do, and I have posted 9 options. You are going to choose the one that works for you. What materials do you have at home? What are you going to be able to conduct in your house, in your space? So you need to review all 9 options before you choose. So I'm going to go through those 9 options with you right now. And so we have lab choices, weathering. Again, choose one of the following 9 choices. We're going to scroll through them all before you choose. We have option 1. How does acid rain affect copper-bearing rocks? You're going to need pennies for this one. You're going to need vinegar. Also, where it says beaker, you don't have to have a beaker at home. Improvise. Use a cup. Use a glass cup. Use a paper cup. Okay, you're not going to have exactly what these labs say. So you need to problem solve and find a solution. Okay, so let's go to option 2. How does water affect carbonate rocks? If you have Alka-Seltzer tablets or antacid tablets, you can do this one at home. Option 3. How does water affect limestone rocks? How does acid or rain affect limestone rocks? You're going to need chalk for this. This one says that you need a mortar and pestle. Again, improvise. How can you crush the chalk at home? You might not have a mortar and pestle. Improvise. Google what one is and use something else. All right, so we have option 4. How does water affect iron-bearing rocks? Do you have iron wool at home? This is one that you could do. How does shaking affect different types of rocks? This one, you need sugar cubes. I don't know if you have sugar cubes at home, but if you do, it's one that you might be able to conduct. Option 6, how does wind affect rocks? You need sandpaper for this. Does mom or dad have sandpaper in the garage that you can use? Option 7, how do raindrops, dripping water, and waterfalls impact rocks? This one you would need just sand and a shallow pan and some water. Option 8, how do glaciers affect rocks? You're actually going to make your own glacier. You're going to freeze sand and gravel into an ice cube, and that's going to be your glacier. Let's see. Option number 9 is you just need a plastic cup that's clear, and then you need some water, or maybe a water bottle that's clear and some water. So option 9, pretty easy to do. All right, so now that we went through our options, you have 9 to choose from. Pick one that works for you. If there are any questions or you have a BFO about this, email me, okay? And I will help you and guide you through it. But I know you guys can conduct your own lab. All right, so on Tuesday, you are going to do your lab. So you're going to choose one and you're going to do it. Some of them require overnight. So that's why I'm making it a 2-day lab. You might need to carry your lab over till Wednesday before you can get your data. So make sure you're looking at which one you're choosing and planning accordingly. Once you've chosen it, you've conducted your lab, okay, you've got it all. Make sure you're documenting, meaning you're taking pictures. I'd like to see some pictures of you conducting your lab. So make sure you take some pictures along the way. You're going to include that in your lab report. Speaking of lab report, let's go over those directions. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you what you need to include in your lab report. So let's go ahead and go to lab report. Okay, include the following information in your lab report. Tell me what option you did. I'm not a mind reader. You need to tell me, I did option number 2, Mrs. Gnage, or I did option number 5. So tell me what option you did. Then name of the weathering lab you choose. Each of them has a name at the top. So if you look, option number 9, here's the name of it in bold, okay? It's in the form of a question. Hey, Colin. All right, so choose the name. Now, explain what you're investigating. Hint, read the information in the lab you chose. If you go back, this little bit of information in each of those options tells you about what you're investigating. So you're including that in your lab report. I'd like to know in number 4 for your lab report, what materials that you are using, because some of you might be improvising and changing materials up based on what you have. So go ahead and include that here. Again, number 5, conduct the lab and take a picture. What are you doing? Show me. I want to see, okay? Then, in the procedures of each lab under number 6, it asks you to record certain things that you're observing in your lab notebook, okay? You are going to record that here in your lab report. So for example, let me go back to our choices. Number 5 under option 8 says, in your notebook, write down your thoughts about how slowly moving glaciers affect rocks. You're going to include whatever it's asking you to record in your lab notebook. Okay, then you're going to analyze your data. What happened? What does it mean? What went on? Tell me, okay? Now your conclusion, there are 5 things that you need to include. You need to describe what happened in your lab investigation. Did your lab represent mechanical or chemical weathering? Justify why. Don't just give me a one-word response, 6th graders. I need to know why. So if you're telling me your lab is based on mechanical weathering, justify. Tell me why. All right, you need to describe at least one problem. This is not going to be easy, okay? Don't have a BFO, but I'm sure you're going to have to problem solve along the way. Is brother or sister driving you crazy and won't let you do the lab? Did you have to find new materials to improvise? Give me the problem and how you problem solved it. Number 11, explain how your lab investigation relates to real life, okay? So how does you modeling this weathering process, how does it occur in Earth really? What's happening on Earth's surface? How do they relate? Where's the connection? And then lastly, rewrite your lab's title, the question, and answer it. So did you meet your purpose? So again, if we go back to that, how do glaciers affect rocks? Answer it. How did the glaciers affect rocks? Okay, that's what you are answering. So upload your lab for grading to Wednesday's Turn inbox in Google Classroom, and then you are going to do a Flipgrid assignment. So recap. Tuesday, you are going through the 9 lab choices and choosing one. You are reading all the directions of the one you choose and improvising, making sure you have the materials, okay? Planning it out and conducting the lab on Tuesday. Some of the labs take 2 days, so follow it over to Wednesday. Wednesday, you are writing up your lab report. You are submitting your lab report, which is 20 points. And you are also completing the Flipgrid conclusion, okay? And the directions will be in Flipgrid for you. So Wednesday, you need 2 things to turn in, your lab report that you did and your Flipgrid. The purpose of the Flipgrid is I want everyone to be able to share and show your classmates what you did, okay? So that's the purpose of our Flipgrid. So that is your directions, or those are your directions for your 2-day lab, okay? So you're choosing your lab and you are writing your lab report based on what you did. Make sure to take pictures and include pictures of you doing your lab in your lab report. Have fun. It is hands-on, and I'm super excited to see what you guys get accomplished this week. Bye.